All right. Part 2 of this session is going to start with these guys killing this griffin. It's going to
This
keep its
griffin's
same
got-
initiative, so it is now 160 feet in the air. Maverick, can you do anything at this distance?
Do you have anything that can reach 160 feet?
Good, the
I
bow
don't
he
think
can.
so. For what?
Your short bow,
Can
what
you?
is
I
the
think the bows
distance on
can.
that?
Yeah, what's the distance on your short bow?
320
My
feet at
longbow, I
disadvantage.
know.
So you can
320
shoot at
feet.
it at disadvantage.
Fucking fire as many arrows as you can.
And
Oh,
I
wait,
will say,
hold up.
okay,
Hold
I
up.
will say, because your friends are on it, it is canceled out to be regular.
Hold on.
You won't get to do any sneak attacks
Specialized
because it's
arrows.
not technically advantage.
Shit. Okay.
You have any like
Alright, I
specialized
guess.
arrows, like grapple shots?
I highly doubt he's made grapple shot, and even if he did, that would lessen the range of the arrow, making it to where it wouldn't hit. Because that is a lot of weight on the arrow, and that is also 160 feet of rope he would need.
Fair enough.
And where the fuck are we keeping that
The,
much rope?
the fuck do you think
Uh,
this is? A fucking helipad where he can just fucking go, 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 just throw the rope over the edge, and everyone's just fucking. Let's do this.
All right,
I mean, we
go
do have
ahead,
a bag
Wolf.
of holding, so it's possible.
Go ahead, Wolf. What are you doing?
I'm gonna aim. Try to aim and shoot my short bow. I have to do disadvantage on this one, right?
Not
Uh,
really.
yeah.
7.
Ooh,
Your roll was oof.
Brando?
He hit trees.
He just disappeared.
Sorry, what's going on? You're shooting at it?
He hit
Where?
roll was 7.
The Wolf's shooting a bow at it.
What do you roll?
7.
7 total?
With
Like,
the disadvantage.
well, no, I'm saying because you don't have disadvantage because your friends are on it. So
Oh.
it cancels out. Because you
Oh,
would get
okay.
advantage for having, like, nearby friends. But because you're also at
That's true.
disadvantage, it cancels out to just be a baseline roll. That's what I said.
Right.
So, what did you roll in your first roll?
7.
You rolled 7
You rolled-
twice.
No, I rolled 7 my first roll and 14 on my second roll.
Okay, so 14 is what you're going to start with. And then, did you add anything to it?
No.
So go ahead and add your modifier. Well, no, your first roll, sorry. Yeah, your first roll was a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would just be the 7. Never mind, I'm stupid. I apologize. So yeah, you fire the arrow, it sails past the griffin starts weaving left and right, noticing that it's being fired at. With that, it'll now be Corvus, your turn. You are now holding on with one hand as this thing is starting to fly side to side and tilt itself. You are barely able to keep your feet on this thing. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can keep your footing.
Well, I'm cooked.
I will say you okay. If you do, this is just to see if you can keep your footing. You will still be holding onto your sword, but if you do end up only being holding onto your sword, next turn you'll have to make a strength saving throw, and that'll be, if you fail that, you fall.
You said dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Yeah.
12.
12. I will say
Good.
you're able to hook your feet pretty well. You're a bit unstable, so any attacks you make will be at higher DC. But for now, you're pretty good.
All right, cool.
Go ahead and make your
I
attacks.
thought I was cooked.
I
Like
thought you
no
were too.
kizzle. Like no kizzle. I thought I was cooked. Oh, all right. So, do I still get 2 attacks, or do I need one of the swords to be my handle so I only get 1 attack?
What is it?
Do I
Sorry.
still get both my attacks, or because one sword is the handle, do I only get 1 attack?
You'll only be able to attack with one of your swords because you are holding on to one sword for steadying yourself. So you're literally only got one arm free, and you're just swinging with that one arm. I will say that you don't. You know what? Because you're a pirate, you are used to holding on to like rigging and stuff like that while fighting. I will say
Yeah.
that DC doesn't get your AC's like the fighting for this thing is normal. The AC is normal. You don't get any disadvantage for anything like that because you're used to having to hook yourself onto stuff and fight that way on a moving ship that's always tilting on high seas. So this is nothing new for you.
Yeah. Alright. So I will make a slashing attack with my scimitar that's free.
Go ahead.
Um, 8 plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 damage.
No, 12 to hit.
12 to hit. With a 12 to hit, you slice, but just as you do, it swings to the side, dodging another arrow, and you sort of like stagger a bit and swing at open air as your arm just sort of swings wide.
Yeah. Uh,
You still have a bonus
can
action.
yeah. Can I try again with bonus action?
Um, Let me actually look at your character real fast. I actually don't know if you have special
Let me see.
stuff.
Bonus actions. Second wind. Um,
You do have your action surge,
and action surge. Yeah.
so you can make another attack if you do action surge.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Action surge. Another attack. I am fucking.
Don't
I'm
fumble
cool
this
with
one.
Silver Scale.
So you make another attack. Go ahead and roll.
Um, 16.
Okay, that hits. Just so you're aware, you do crit at 19 and 20 now.
Ah, yes.
I wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yeah. I had actually forgotten that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes. So this time it actually hits. Go ahead and roll damage. That will be d6 plus 4, I believe. Yes.
Yes. 5 plus 4 is 9.
Or are you doing the Revenant double bladed? Oh no, that's two-handed. You can only use one. Yeah, never mind. You're good. So you
Yeah.
said you got what? 9?
Yeah.
9 damage as you, instead of going for a slash this time, you go for another stab and stab the same hole, this time in like a cross pattern, making a deep X-shaped stab wound into this creature. It is now pretty fucking hurt, dude. Um, it is barely keeping itself up. Its wings are flapping irregularly. It is breathing heavy, and every single time it breathes, there is this sort of wheezing squawk that comes out of it. It is suffering heavily. Cullen, it is now your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my movement to get to where his sword is with the neck.
All right, I will.
I want to
Well,
be like
first
next to
of
him,
all,
pretty much.
dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Yours is going to be harder because you don't have a stabilizer.
19 plus.
You're fine.
19
I will
plus.
say you're going to have to make another one to try and move on this thing. So go ahead and make me another dexterity saving throw. To see if you can even move while this thing is throwing itself around. You're not used to this at all. This is all new territory for you.
17.
With a 17, you feel your feet slip, and you grab onto one of the feathers, barely hanging on. You haven't fallen yet, but if you try and do anything else this turn, you are probably going to fall. Trying to move with no stabilizer was gonna need a 20.
Oh no.
Okay. Uh,
So, what do you want to do? Currently, you are using your claws and you're holding onto the feathers as hard as you can. But if it is going to be a very tough time to do anything from this position. If you would rather just hold on
so
for a few turns, you could stabilize yourself.
could I stabilize myself by using my axe to swing into it?
You would have to let go to grab your axe since you hadn't grabbed it to begin with. You did not have your axe equipped, you were attacking it with your claws. So you had nothing in your
Mhm.
hands when it took off.
Okay.
So you don't have it in your hands at the
So
moment, and
yeah.
you would need to release a hand to do so. So no, you cannot.
All right.
Yeah, you sound fuck 6 ways to Sunday, my brother Chris.
He's trying to be this badass hero, and he's
Kinda
making
do.
himself in a fucking terrible situation.
You're not me, bro. You're not the
Kind of am.
badass.
You're not a fucking pirate, man. You're a fucking disgraced. You're a disgraced cleric. God.
Okay, I guess I'm stabilizing myself.
All right, so yeah, you don't need to roll to do so. You do just sort of grab on and start trying to hook one of your feet. At the start of your next turn, you won't need to make a roll, but you will only have like one action, and you won't be able to move.
Okay. So next turn I can pull my axe out at that point and start working my way up.
I will say that will be your action, is whipping out your axe, because you will have to use like the whole most of your turn to get yourself stable and ready to do stuff again.
Okay, fair enough.
You ever play Dragon's Dogma?
Yep.
Think about whenever you're on one of those creatures and it like thrashes around and your character's footing goes off and you have to take a second to just like wait for your stamina to come back and like eat a couple of things, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You're sort of in that situation right now.
Ah. Okay.
So it is now the Griffin's turn again. The Griffin is going to what is it gonna do?
It's gonna die.
Am I wrong there? One of those two is
This
going
is
to
a
kill it.
tough predicament for this thing. Does it keep trying to fly back and like spiral around trying to get you guys off? What, or does it fly higher to take you guys
I
with
mean,
it?
at this point, it knows it's dying. Maybe it wants to take us with it,
Well,
so it starts
I'm
dive
also
bombing.
okay. So this is what I'm thinking. Is it panicking or is it not? I'm trying. You know what? I'm gonna roll for this. Oh, my dice just went in the trash can.
So
Fell off
10 or higher.
those are my fucking dice. All right, give me a second.
In the meantime, Dose?
All right.
Can I roll
I
yet?
just look like
Oh
that,
yeah,
so
go ahead.
Why not?
Evens, panics.
Yeah, let's go. Create our peace session after this.
Super
If
thing.
we're not dead. I mean, we're totally almost cooked.
3. All right.
What? Somehow or another, though, Maverick's gonna be the one to kill this thing.
So it is going to use. It's going to use its action, or it's going to use its movement to fly 80 feet, 40 feet up, 40 feet forward. Because it's trying to get you. It's trying to get away from the cart at this point, and it is going further up. So now it is at instead of 160, it is at 200 feet up, and it is 40 feet away from the cart, heading into the forest. Um.
I mean,
So,
these will break our fall, right?
we're how high up now?
200 feet.
Oh wow.
And it is going to use its action to begin dive bombing, gaining speed. So it dives down. I'm gonna say it dives down its whole fly speed. So it dives down, 40 feet forward, 40 feet down. So it is now back down to 160 feet, but you guys are already gaining fall speed 4 damage. So at this point, unless you find a way to slow it down, there is going to be guaranteed damage dice.
I want to cast control air and water.
When your turn comes,
Yeah.
which I
I'm
believe
gonna
is
do the
now,
thing.
actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I can cast. I can use this to cast a gust of wind. I presume in any direction within reason. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will use it to kind of guide the falling bird to a more
Those are
graceful
so
landing that will
crazy,
try to save us
seriously.
some damage.
I have no clue. It's just,
Wait,
ugh,
what?
someone just took the best nut on it.
Random question
Sorry.
before we even. What happens if he drowns it first? Would it land
It,
on its own naturally if he drowns it instead of it being air, it's water?
it, we're in the sky. I can't make water appear out of nothing. That's not how physics works.
I thought this would like create air and water.
No, it's control air and
Control
water.
air and water.
Uh,
You're thinking of create food and water.
I guess you could have also
uh,
been thinking of create and destroy water.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I thought that was like the same thing as what you were using, but it was just going to be both of them together.
No.
All right. So you go ahead and give me
Go
an
ahead.
give me an Arcana check. We'll see
It
how
says my
powerful this
spell.
spell is.
It says my spellcasting modifier is either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Yes,
Choose
but
when you select the race. Oh, I didn't choose one when I selected my race. Or did I? Oh, charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells when you cast them with this trait. So I guess I went with charisma.
I'm saying go ahead and cast me an Arcana check to see how powerful the spell is, because you're not making any sort of like DC or anything with this. This isn't like there is no
Okay.
DC associated with Gust.
Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. Arcana check. Ooh, I'm not a smart pirate.
What'd you get?
We're cooked.
16 minus 1, so 15.
With a 15, it's a fairly powerful gust. I will say, oof, that was bad. I just swallowed some spit in a weird way. I will say, with
Yeah.
a 15, you were able to slow it down about 10 feet. So it's, you know what? Actually, we'll say each dice, each number you get is the number of feet you slow it down by. So you slowed it down by 15 feet, making it only go 25 feet down at this point. So instead of it being now at 160 and falling fast, it is now at like 175 or 185 and falling at about the same speed as it would if it was sort of just trying to land on its own.
Okay. And how many of these do I get? Let me go
Per
look.
turn, just one at the moment. But I think you can cast that indefinitely as your race. Like it's an at will.
Once you cast any of these spells, you can't cast that spell again until you finish a long rest.
Oof.
You
Ooh.
can also cast these spells using any spell slots you have of the appropriate level.
Do you have any?
So, I would imagine I don't have any spell slots because I'm a fighter. But let me see, where would they be?
You would have a spell section, which you do not have
Spells.
any spell slots.
Okay. So I don't have any spell slots, so it's just once per long rest.
Indeed. You do have a ring of jumping.
I do have a ring of jumping. That doesn't really help me much here, though.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Anyways. Alright, so you uh gust of wind it to slow it down. Are you sure you want to do it now, or do you want to wait until it's closer to the ground?
Uh, I mean, I already went
That's
through the whole
closer.
process. We'll just go ahead and say we did it now.
Alright. So you slow it down a
Um,
decent bit, allowing you to sort of gain a couple of seconds of thought time before it dives to the ground and kills everybody.
How far up are we? You said like
185 feet.
Are there anything we could maybe jump to, like trees
It
or?
is diving into the tree lines, so the tree lines reach about 30, 45 feet up.
What would the
Okay.
damage be if we hit a tree?
There would be some impact damage of potentially hitting a branch, getting pierced through the stomach or something like that. But we'll get to that if we get to that.
Okay.
All right. I guess we keep riding it down at its new speed. But I guess I should probably finish it off first.
All right. So that's the end of your turn. Cullen, your turn.
Oh, I don't get to like attack or anything.
Well,
We're gonna try to.
that was your action.
No.
Oh, that's right. The spell was an action. Duh. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You
I
hear
guess
these
I'm gonna try
dice,
to finish it
all these
myself.
d6. They're waiting for you guys.
Can I like? Can I just like punch it in the rib to try to like kill it?
Um,
Man, it's gonna try to Bruce Lee this shit.
don't you want to grab out your axe?
I mean, yes, yeah. I'm gonna grab out my axe that's around
So
here.
that's your turn. You stabilize yourself for most of your turn, and then use yourself to grab your axe and prepare.
Okay.
So now you have your axe in hand, ready to swing it down into the creature. It is now going to be the Griffin's turn. It is going to continue dive bombing, this time straight down into the tree line. So it falls 80 feet.
Alright.
And it's going to take an action to try and swipe at you on its head, Corvus. So now you guys are at 105 feet down. And you, it hits with an 18.
Oof.
You're going to take... What is the modifier? Modifier is 4, so 11 damage. As it swipes at you, this time cutting open your back. As it swipes over its own head. And also, I will mention that when it swiped over its own head, it literally, like, bent its head down, and so you were pretty much hanging upside down for a moment when it did that.
Ugh.
So...
It's all right. I'm used to this.
Hairbrush.
Yeah, this is essentially if you were on an enemy ship on high seas, like in the middle of a storm, and it was about to capsize, and you were like on the crow's nest. This is the equivalent to that. So that is the Griffin's turn. It is now your turn, Corvus.
I will make another attack.
All right, go ahead and swipe with your sword.
Eight plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I will say at this point, with you guys being like, this thing being so hurt, and you guys being right on top of this thing, and it's not even trying to dodge anymore, it's just dive bombing, I will say that that can hit.
4. All right. 3 plus 4 is 5, 6, 7.
7. You slash it open, this time cutting open the back of its neck from like side to side, and it's just gushing blood, but not in like a healthy way. It is like coming out very slowly at this point, and you can tell that this creature is on its last legs. What do you want to do? Anything? You in a bonus action, bud? You've taken damage. You do have a second wind if you want to try and survive the fall.
This is true. And I can use second wind 3 times per long rest, so
I will
yeah, I'm
say at
gonna.
this point, if you guys can't find a way to slow it down, you have already fallen 80 feet. Unless you find a way to slow yourselves down, that is going to be your fall distance at the moment.
How far are we from the tree line?
Um, Tree line reaches about 40 feet up, so I would say you guys are at 105 feet, 60 feet.
Okay.
So jumping down and hitting a tree, if you try and like hit it from here, would be 14d6.
No,
Much.
not yet. I'm thinking like
Also,
right as we
uh,
get to the tree line.
Cullen, your rage has ended because you have not dealt damage or taken damage since your last turn.
Okay, that's fine with me.
All right, that's my bonus action. I will second wind to get some health back.
It's a d10 plus your constitution, I believe.
It
Or it's a
says
d10 plus your level.
mine says 1d10 plus 4.
Yes, because you're a level 4 fighter.
Okay. D10. Which one is the D10?
That is the pinwheel looking one. Do you see how there's one that has 2 numbers and one that has single digits?
The dreidel looking one's one that's got double digits and one that's got single digits.
Yeah, the single digits one's a d10, double digits is a d100.
All right, cool. All right. 8 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. You gain 12 HP. Where does that put you in terms of HP?
Uh, that actually puts me slightly above my max HP.
Well, then you just stay at max.
Okay.
So you're back at full health after second wind. You sort of take a deep breath, calm yourself, and ready yourself for whatever comes next, just in case you have to make a jump. Just in case you want to survive this fall. Alright, Cullen, your turn. Your rage is ended. You have your axe ready. What do you want to do? I will say you do have your action and bonus action, so you can rage and attack if you want.
I'm. You know what? I'm gonna use the Eldritch Blast on it.
Eldridge, what?
Eldritch Blast.
Uh, okay.
That's a ranged spell, sir? You are in melee distance?
Yeah.
I do believe that would be a disadvantage. That's how spells work.
I mean,
Okay, well then never mind. Okay, never mind then. I won't use
if you
Eldritch
don't,
Blast. I'll use Green Flame Blade. Let's make it do that one.
Yeah, ranged attack rolls
That's
get disadvantage
it.
at
Just makes
melee.
it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll just use Green Flame Blade instead.
Which is an attack using a spell. At the same time, I believe.
Yeah.
Correct? Look.
You brandish a weapon using the spell's casting and make it melee attack.
Yes, so you have your axe ready and you cast Green Flame Blade on your axe essentially. So,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll damage. Or roll to see if you hit.
Uh, it didn't actually say.
What? What are you talking about?
What bonuses I need to add to that?
It's
Or
just your attack bonuses for the weapon.
because okay, okay,
Because it's saying use a melee attack using the weapon. So, your weapon,
okay,
you have a hand axe, right? Or do you have a great axe?
being the great axe.
You cannot use a
I
great
have a great
axe.
axe.
Okay, so you are okay. You're one-handing a great axe, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Roll with disadvantage, because you were trying to one-hand this thing.
Wait, what just happened?
I thought he had
Okay.
a hand axe, but he's using a great axe. You gotta specify that you're using a great axe when you're using an axe that big. When you just say
Yeah, I have.
axe, I'm thinking hand axe, like hatchet, dude.
Yeah, when you said axe, I thought you meant like war
No,
axe, like one-handed axe.
You gotta specify
no,
great
I have
axe,
mastery in
dude.
my great axe. That's
So
why.
then, okay, so you're one-handing a great axe, disadvantage.
With mastery, to get this finished.
I know, because I thought something was in my ear. And you know how like
I don't know
you know
what
how like you
mastery
try to
does.
dodge
What
a
does
bullet
mastery
and
do?
it was like flying over your ear. That's what it was doing. I
Oh,
thought something was flying in my
bet
ear.
yourself.
No.
You're gonna do a melee attack roll. You can make a melee attack roll
No,
with a great axe.
sorry.
Second creature, just cleave. I'm proficient with it, and allows you to add proficiency bonus to the attack roll for
What
any
are you?
attack you
I
make
get
with it.
yes. That's how that works. But you're still doing disadvantage because you're attacking with one hand on a two-handed weapon. Just roll disadvantage.
Okay.
Add your modifiers. Also, you're not proficient with a great
Okay.
axe because barbarians don't gain weapon proficiency like that. Not right away.
No, I had it for my uh, it's my pack weapon.
Oh yeah, because you become so that's your okay. You become proficient with your great sword because it's your packed weapon. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So
you
It
did not tell me,
was first roll was a
sir. You're not proficient with your armor. You were
uh
supposed to be taking disadvantage for
uh
acrobatics and athletics, and you didn't tell me this.
yeah.
You shouldn't even be on
Well,
this,
no, because
Griffin.
I'm not actually wearing that.
you should have.
I'm
Yes, you
not
are
wearing that
wearing,
armor
but it says you're wearing it.
like half the time.
It says you're wearing it. If you're not wearing it,
Yes,
take
because
it
I
off of
haven't
your
updated it for
character.
that.
Then take it off when you're
We
okay.
don't
You
have that. I
can't.
don't have that other armor you gave me yet.
What do you mean?
Because there's another armor. Because there was armor that was in the loot from the Goblin Camp. I never actually got the armor. I don't
Well,
know what
that's
it's
up to
called.
you to make sure that you get it, dude. Like,
Uh,
it was just leather
yeah,
armor. You can add that to your
yeah.
inventory
That's
yourself.
why it just hadn't. Anna? I thought
Yes.
I didn't know I could. All right,
It,
let's see.
and even still, you're not
Uh,
proficient with any armor. Neither of your classes are proficient with armor. You still would get disadvantage because you're wearing armor that you're not proficient with. Barbarians are proficient with no armor. Warlocks are casters.
Whoa.
They don't get proficiency with armor. Only simple weapons.
Oh. I can't
You guys can't hear it, but like this whole fight, I've had like D&D combat music going in my Spotify, and like it's been really epic.
Anyways, you gotta tell me this stuff, sir, because I can't be watching everybody's characters and looking at this stuff. You shouldn't even be on this Griffin, young man. Anyways,
I fucking, I fucking
all right.
love Corvus.
make your attack roll with your great axe, sir.
All right.
With disadvantage, sir.
With disadvantage, but you're still proficient, so you get a
Uh,
+4.
so first roll was 19, 16.
What?
Goblins.
What?
My
You are lagging. I cannot understand you. Get the toaster out of your ass.
All right.
You back?
What
I got
happened?
a 16
So, hold on.
plus. You said 4?
Hold on. You rolled at disadvantage?
Yes.
What did
Yeah,
you
you
roll?
gotta.
First roll was a 19. Second roll was a 16.
Okay.
First roll was a 19. Second roll was a 16.
You were so laggy for me. I did not hear anything you said.
Okay.
That's why I was
And
like, get the toaster
16
out of your
plus. You
ass.
talking about
16 plus 4 is a 20.
16 plus.
A dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah.
So go ahead and roll damage,
That's a.
and you will get plus 2 damage on that.
It's 1d12.
Green Flame Blade at the level that you're currently at doesn't do any damage to its initial target, only the target it leaps to.
Ah.
On the
Okay.
next,
So
on
5.
literally on level 5 is where you would get like bonus damage
Wait,
to your
7.
initial attack. So 7 total?
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah,
Just
7
because
total.
there is no target to leap to, I will go ahead and give you the fire damage. How do you want to do this?
Okay. Where am I actually setting it on it?
You are literally hanging
Like,
on by one of its wings, essentially. You have grabbed on to where the wing meets the body and are hanging on right there with one of your hands, holding it like a handhold as it's flying around. Meaning one of your arms is wagging wildly while the other one is stabilizing a great sword, a great axe in the hand, ready to swing as you light it aflame.
so could I make it where I like kind of like let go and fall and just cleave the whole wing off, and then like just like slice all the way through it?
Sure.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. You jump
Wait.
and cleave off of the entire left wing of this griffin. And as it screams in agony, and its scream turns into a blood-filled cough, and it falls and falls, you falling next to it, laughing maniacally as this great kill of yours. And then you look below and see the ground rushing faster and faster, realizing that there is no tree around to catch you.
Oh no.
You are now falling 105 feet.
Oh
You are not
no.
raging.
You're going to die.
You chose to use your bonus action, or your action as a green flame blade. Alright, and that is also a bonus action, right? Green flame blade?
Uh-huh.
I would say rage would have been better, because you would have gotten the same outcome.
That's one action.
Oh, okay, you know what? I'll let you still get rage. But you're falling 105 feet. Corvus, you on this griffin as it spirals, notice him cleave the wing off, and the griffin now die as its head goes limp and starts flying upward, like its head like literally leans upward due to wind resistance, and you are now like leaning towards its back. What do you do?
Uh, so is it kind of at a glide now instead of a free fall?
It is at a free fall spiral, like a Mayday Mayday type.
Oh damn, like barrel roll type shit.
Like barrel roll, because one wing is missing, the other wing is providing wind resistance, it is spiraling.
Oh shit.
So are we talking like
Uh,
GTA helicopters, like
GTA
like they just
helicopter, it
tail
is
spin?
spiraling fast as fuck.
uh, how far am
Well,
I
you're
from the
cooked too.
treetops?
From the tree line,
We'll better get some revive spells ready.
I would say if you make a difficulty 18 acrobatics check, you can leap onto a tree. You will still be taking 60 feet of fall damage.
Fuck it, I'm doing it.
And if you miss, you will be taking 60 feet of fall damage plus an additional 2d10 piercing damage as you are stabbed through by a tree branch.
You said what check?
It's going to be acrobatics or athletics, DC 17.
I'll take athletics. Wait, is this a regular check or a saving throw?
It's a regular check, just because, like, this is you leaping.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take athletics. Watch this. This is gonna be the clutchest thing I've ever done. Oh, maybe not. 14.
With a 14, I will say you leap, and you just barely miss the first branch and start falling through multiple branches. Give me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. We will see if you can lessen your fall, because you got close enough to the DC. You can try and lessen
Dexterity.
yourself. Yes, dexterity saving throw.
4.
4. Alright, time to roll damage. Maverick. Alright, hold on. Let me
Yes.
roll damage first. Sorry. Okay. My dice are going everywhere. I can't see them. This is... Alright. We're gonna roll falling damage for both of you guys first. Oh, Jesus Christ. These are high numbers.
There ain't no way I'm making it to the tree line either, am I?
No, you used your leap. You don't
There's no
have
way I'm
anything to
making it to the tree
you
line.
don't have anything to leap off of. You jumped off of this thing and cleaved off the wing and are now free falling. There is no chance you could reach out for any tree because
Yeah.
you were free falling between like a whole small clearing area. The only reason why Corvus was able to make it is because he pushed off of the griffin.
Reggie doesn't think he's
So
alive.
Okay.
that is
Could my ring of jumping have helped that any, or would that not have helped?
that would have helped. I didn't even think about that because you would have gotten a better distance. So you would have okay. Normally I wouldn't let us re-roll this, but we're gonna go ahead and say that you can. I'll say we can lessen your damage. We can have it. Your fall damage.
I mean, because realistically, like, I'm wearing the ring, so it just works all the time, right? I don't have to like do something.
I do believe it's activated because it has
Oh.
charges. I believe.
Um,
I don't know. I don't remember. Am I wrong?
Let me look.
Inventory. When you're jumping. Oh no, it's an at will. You're good. But it has to be a bonus action, so you do have to cast it.
Okay.
So I will say. I don't know if I should.
No, it's okay. I didn't think of it beforehand. Neither did Corvus.
I also.
All right. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
And I tend to get a plus 5 temporary hit points because I killed the griffin.
You get what?
I forgot about it. Dark One's
Repeat.
Blessing.
You broke up a bunch. You keep glitching out for me.
Oh.
So repeat.
I get Dark One's Blessing.
And what does that do?
Plus 5 temp.
So you get plus 5 temporary
Plus
HP.
5 temp health.
Let's hope that helps you.
Yeah.
Corvus, you take 24 points of fall damage.
Let me do some calculator. Would you believe me that I'm still alive though?
Yes. On top of 24, Cullen, you take an additional 38. You take 38 total fall damage. Are you alive?
Are you?
33 plus 5. That is exactly.
That is exactly
Wow.
what it needs to take you out.
I'm at
Okay.
0.
Okay, you are completely
Yeah.
out at the moment.
Yeah.
Let me
Temporary hit
grab
points
other
did
dice.
save me. Just barely.
So you're gonna take
Those 10 hit points
3d12.
from the kill saved your ass.
You're gonna take an additional 17 damage on top of that 24 from piercing as a branch pierces you through and you start hanging from it.
Who?
You.
Oh, me? I
Yes.
take an additional what?
17 damage, piercing damage, as it pierces through the side of your abdomen, sticking essentially like, not really through any guts, but straight through meat on your side. and you start hanging from one of your ribs.
Well, I only had 15 left, so what does
You are
17
not
mean?
dead. You are unconscious and bleeding out. You already have a failure because you took an additional damage. So, Maverick, you see your comrades take off with this griffin. You firing arrows at it multiple times, but it just continues dodging each one of them. And then suddenly it starts to spiral rapidly. And then all of a sudden one of its wings gets lopped off, and you see Cullen fall and fall and fall and disappear into the tree line, and you hear a loud, thick, sickening crash as you hear him splat on the ground. And then you see the griffin, still spiraling, smack into a tree, but just as it does, you see Corvus leap from it into the tree line, and you hear multiple branches break, and then you hear him cry out in agony through this blood-curdling scream. What do you do?
Pocketbook gonna be empty, man. The pocket gonna be empty. We're gonna need some healing, man.
They are 40 feet into the tree line. So you will need your whole turn to make it to them before you can even do anything.
Are you muted, Wolf?
And at the moment, Rockstar is getting up and
You
panicking.
are. Wolf, you muted.
Wolf?
He's muted.
What's up?
Did you hear any of that?
You were muted.
No,
Not,
I
Did you
heard
he-
Jesus
the
Christ.
griffin.
Are you tired?
I was sitting here waiting. My head. I went into a whole different world.
Pay attention, man.
I
Shit's
was
going
waiting
crazy
for
right now,
it
and it's up to
wins.
you.
It's up to you, dog. You
You're gonna
need
say
to
the word.
save us.
Okay, do you know what's going on?
Well, the griffin is crap.
If you don't know what's going on, just let me know and I will run it through. Because I just did that for you. I literally just ran through the whole thing when you weren't paying attention, so I can do it again. Do you need me to?
It'll be a yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, dude. Sometimes people just don't pay attention, it's whatever. I understand you weren't part of the main show just yet. But now you
I
are.
was, I was, I was trying to keep tabs on it. I know the griffin's going whack.
It's alright, it's alright. I got you, dude. So, you see the griffin take off with your comrades on its back, right?
Right.
And you
I was
start
shooting at
firing
it.
arrows at it,
I
and
keep missing.
it keeps missing. And then you see it begin, as it reaches 200 feet in the air, it begins to spiral downward rapidly on purpose. Dive bombing, right? And
Right.
then you see it thrash around a bunch, and you see Cullen leap from one side, chopping off one of its wings before free falling. And you watch him fall and fall and fall and disappear into the tree line before you hear this sickening crack as he hits the ground. And silence. And then you see the griffin still falling, free falling, spiraling now, because it only has one wing, and you see it crash into the tree line, and just as it does, Corvus leaps and hits the top of one of these trees, breaking through multiple branches before you hear a loud crack from him and a sickening, blood-curdling scream escape him. They are 40 feet into the tree line. What do you do?
I like to dash in there and
I will
try
mention,
to.
before you do, you do
What's
see
that?
Rockstar pretty much standing up at this point and panicking like crazy.
Oh shit. Um. Oh, okay. So well, I'm gonna calm down Rockstar then real quick, and then
I will say, if you try and calm Rockstar, that will take your turn. Both of your comrades are dying in the woods, and you will take both your action and bonus
Oh,
action
fuck.
to even reach them. Because they are more than your movement speed.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm sorry, guys,
Alright.
but
Alright. Oh god.
I'm sorry, guys,
Oh no, you bastard.
but I'm gonna save your asses. We're gonna lose Rockstar. We could
I
try to
will
track
I
it
will
later.
mention that even if you do somehow survive, either of you guys, still somehow make it out of this, there will be life-altering injuries coming from this.
Oh, definitely. I'm okay with that.
Like, you will not be able to walk, Hero. Your character's legs are gone. They're fucked.
That's fine.
You are now a cripple.
You're a cripple. Cripple.
That's fine.
You're a crip.
Robot legs will exist.
All right. So,
I'll get prosthetic first.
what do you do, Wolf?
Can I get cancer hair on my legs? Like, can I get like?
Okay, no, we're
I
not
will
we're not
rush
talking
to
about
the.
that right now. Wolf, what do you do?
I will rush
Uh,
towards the closest person.
The closest person? Well, I mean, at this point, you're trying to look in through the tree line to even find them. So roll me a perception
Yeah.
check as you dash through the woods, and we'll see who you see first. Odds is Hero, evens is Squirrel. And we'll see how well you can see them.
15 plus
15 plus.
perception. I think perception was 2, but give me a second. Yeah, it was +2, so 17.
So you notice Hero. You notice
yeah.
Cullen laying on the ground covered in his own blood and the Griffin's blood. You see him battered and broken, his arms snapped in impossible ways. You see one of his legs completely missing. What do you do? I will go ahead and move to the other people as you sort of think. We're going to go to Squirrel. You already have a failure. Roll me a d20.
6.
Add another failure. You are now at 2 failures, 0 successes. Hero, go ahead and roll.
Uh,
D20.
failure.
You have 1 failure. Alright, let me restart the next recording.